The human eye. The human eye works like a living camera. Light enters through the cornea, which bends it, then passes through the pupil. The pupil changes size depending on brightness. Behind it, the lens fine-tunes the focus. Together, these parts direct light to the retina at the back of the eye. The retina is a thin layer of cells that starts the real work. It contains rods and cones. Rods help you see in dim light. Cones detect color and detail, and they work best in daylight. There are 3 kinds of cones, sensitive to red, green, and blue light. Combined, they let you see millions of colors. The retina turns light into electrical signals, which travel through the optic nerve to your brain. In the end, it's your brain that builds the image. Small changes in this system affect vision. If your eye is too long or short, light won't focus correctly, and you may need glasses. As you age, the lens stiffens, making it harder to focus. That's why reading glasses become common. Your eyes don't just sense light. They shape how you see and understand the world. Gravity. Gravity is the force that keeps your feet on the ground. It's the pull between objects with mass. The bigger the mass, the stronger the pull. Earth is massive, so it pulls everything toward its center. That's why things fall down and why you feel weight. Gravity acts on you all the time. Jump into the air, and it pulls you back. Throw a ball, and gravity curves its path. Gravity also works on a bigger scale. It keeps the moon orbiting Earth and Earth orbiting the sun. It gives objects weight, but weight changes with location. On the moon, things feel lighter because gravity is weaker, even though their mass stays the same. Gravity isn't perfectly constant. It shifts slightly with altitude or underground density, but in daily life, it feels steady. From falling objects to moving planets, gravity shapes everything quietly in the background. Light makes the world visible. It is energy that moves in waves at incredible speed, about 300,000 kilometers per second. The light we can see is just one part of a much larger spectrum. It includes infrared, ultraviolet, and more. When light hits something, some is absorbed and some bounces off. The reflected light reaches your eyes, and your brain turns it into colors and shapes. That's how you see a red apple or a blue sky. Light comes from 2 main sources: sunlight, which contains all visible colors and warms Earth, and artificial lights like bulbs and screens, designed to copy parts of sunlight. Light does more than help you see. It affects sleep cycles, mood, and even how plants grow. Understanding light explains why rainbows form and why sunglasses help. Music is organized sound. It begins with vibration. A guitar string, a drum skin, or vocal cords push air, creating waves. These waves reach your ears and become sound. Music is sound arranged in patterns. Rhythm is repeating beats. Melody is rising or falling notes. Harmony is stacking notes together. Even without training, your brain recognizes these patterns and predicts what comes next. Music affects the brain deeply. It connects to emotion, memory, and movement. That's why a song can stir feelings, bring back memories, or make you tap your foot. Underneath, music is just vibration and pattern. But for us, it feels like something much more. Dreams happen mostly during REM sleep. In this stage, your brain is active, your eyes move quickly, and your muscles are mostly still. Dreams mix memory, feelings, and imagination into scenes that can be strange or vivid. Some dreams are short flashes. Others feel like full stories. Most fade quickly, but you dream several times a night. Scientists don't fully agree on why we dream. Some say it helps process emotions. Others think it strengthens memory or rehearses situations. Whatever the reason, dreams show that even while you rest, your brain keeps working. Memory lets you hold on to experiences. It starts with encoding, taking in new information. A phone number, for example, sits briefly in short-term memory. Unless repeated, it disappears within seconds. With practice or importance, it moves to long-term memory, lasting for years or even life. Long-term memory is spread across many brain areas. To use it, your brain retrieves the stored patterns. Sometimes recall is automatic, like brushing your teeth. Sometimes it takes effort, like remembering last Tuesday's dinner. Memory isn't always perfect. Details fade or change, but its flexibility is useful. It helps you learn, plan, and decide. Attention, emotion, and repetition make memories stronger. Déjà vu. Déjà vu is the sudden feeling that you've lived a moment before. It's common and usually harmless. The sensation lasts only seconds. Scientists think it comes from a mix-up in memory systems. A new event may be processed as if it's already familiar. One theory is that two brain regions process the same event with a tiny delay. The second signal then feels like a memory. Another idea is that a current scene resembles a past one in subtle ways, like layout or smell, triggering familiarity. Déjà vu shows how the brain can blur the line between memory and perception. Sleep feels like rest, but your brain stays active. It cycles through two main stages, non-REM and REM. Non-REM includes deep stages that restore the body and boost immunity. REM is when the brain activates, helping with learning and emotion while the body stays still. These cycles repeat every 90 minutes. During sleep, the brain stores memories, clears waste, and balances hormones. Sleep timing is guided by your circadian rhythm and sleep pressure, which builds the longer you're awake. When they align, you feel ready to sleep. But screens, caffeine, or stress can disturb this balance. Poor sleep harms mood, focus, and health. Sleep may feel passive, but it's one of the body's most active and vital processes. Flow state is deep focus. It happens when you're so absorbed in a task that time seems to disappear. You're not distracted or self-conscious. Your actions feel smooth and natural. Flow occurs when the challenge is just right, not too easy, not too hard. It can happen while writing, playing music, solving puzzles, or in sports. In the brain, chemicals like dopamine and norepinephrine boost focus and motivation. At the same time, self-monitoring quiets down. Flow is fragile. Interruptions or multitasking can break it. That's why it happens most in calm, focused settings. Flow boosts performance, efficiency, and enjoyment. It doesn't take talent, just the right task and the right conditions. Consciousness. Consciousness is awareness. It's the ongoing stream of experience, sights, sounds, thoughts, and feelings. It shifts across states: alert, groggy, dreaming. Each state reflects different brain activity. In deep sleep, the brain slows and disconnects from outside input. In dreams, it creates vivid scenes internally. Awake, consciousness links senses, memory, and decision-making. Still, you're only aware of a small fraction of what your brain does. Most processes, like heartbeat or digestion, happen unconsciously. Scientists debate how brain activity produces awareness, but it depends on complex networks of neurons working together. Whatever its mechanism, consciousness is what lets you track the world, reflect, and act in real time. Inner voice. Your inner voice is silent speech inside your head. It's also called internal monologue. It helps you reflect, plan, and make choices. You use it when you remind yourself of a task, weigh options, or rehearse what to say. Children often talk out loud first, then internalize that speech into thought. Not everyone experiences it the same way. Some people have full conversations, others hear fragments, and some think more in pictures. The inner voice can be helpful, like calming you before a presentation. But it can also turn critical or repetitive in stressful moments. Learning to notice it helps you manage it. Quiet but constant, your inner voice guides actions and decisions from within.